I have a theory, which is, capital goes where capital is welcome. And nothing against other communities. Other communities are trying, but I have seen I would call it a political cohesiveness that I've not seen many other places. When you have a state senator and you have a county official and you have a city official saying, this is exactly what we wanted and needed, and you're trying to provide it, the marriage goes pretty well, right? You're both looking for the same thing. It isn't at odds. We're a partner. Our goal is to build buildings and fill them. Your goal is for us to build buildings and fill them. We have the same goal. Why is Northpoint interested in Hagerstown is the question. And what we look at is thousands of sites a year on where to build industrial buildings and where to place our capital. And something that really stood out to us was Hagerstown's logistics. But it's not just logistics. So where can we find a site to build these size buildings? These are large buildings. It's not typical to find ground that hasn't been developed. So finding this site with size, the logistics of this area, and then I'd say third for us was labor. It's a strong labor pool. And that's a big thing when we recruit companies. They're going to ask, where am I going to hire 100 employees or 500 employees or 1,000 employees even? And we can say, Hagerstown has it. I'd say the thing that the icing on the cake for us was just the can-do attitude of the city and the county and the state on this project.
The city has developed a process with its plan review committee and the planning commission to where a site plan can get through our processes from submission to approval by the planning commission in as little as about 40 days. In the case of Northpoint, we managed to coordinate all the efforts of all of our departments, the county and the state, and have a plan ready for approval by the planning commission in 58 days, which is very aggressive and very responsive to the local business community.
Everything that we've been told and promised has come true here. These are people that live by their word, and as you work through an agreement to invest this amount of money in a community, you want to know that the person on the other side of the table is honest, fair, and is somewhat putting themselves in your shoes on, is this a place for me to invest? And I've seen that from the top down. And we know that besides labor and logistics, when you really get down to the granular, one major thing that drives economic development is infrastructure.
A great example of that is the Northpoint development on Basil Boulevard. Basil Boulevard is a street that was built in the 1980s, but it didn't anticipate the amount of traffic that would be generated by such a large development. And working in partnership with the developer, the county, and the city together, we're going to rebuild Basil Boulevard to support the wonderful development that's going to be occurring out there in 2020 and 2021.
I've used the word partnership a lot today, but we really sort of bake this pie with all these ingredients, and none of us could have done it by ourselves, but collectively we did it together. And I'm proud of that. And like I said, when the road's done and the buildings are up, and the user says, this looks great, this is how a business park should look, this is the entrance, the corporate image that I want as my entrance, I think we're all going to be really pleased with the money we spent on this infrastructure. This is one of the best communities that I've ever encountered across the entire U.S. in terms of their openness, their can-do attitude, and just the really ability to roll up their sleeves and solve problems and overcome obstacles to get this project off the ground.